Good morning, AP Chemistry. I'm going to work out an empirical formula problem for you. This particular one starts with percents. Remember that it doesn't matter if you start with percents or you start with grams, because if you're given percents, we're just going to assume that we would take a 100-gram sample. So if we had a 100-gram sample that was 42.82% potassium, that means it would be 42.82 grams of potassium. If it's 18.39% sulfur, I'm going to take a 100-gram sample, and that means that in that 100 grams, it would be 18.39 grams of sulfur. And the same thing with oxygen. Step one is always to change it to moles. Remember, in chemistry class, you cannot compare two different elements grams to grams. So I need to use my periodic table of the elements. Find the molar mass. Potassium is 39.10 grams in 1 mole. Remember, the periodic table of the elements always tells us how many grams there are in 1 mole. Sulfur is 32.07. And oxygen is 16.00 grams in 1 mole. Once I get them in moles, then I'll be able to compare them with each other. So this is a dividing problem. 42.82 divided by 39.10 means that if I had a 100-gram sample, 1.09514 moles of it would be potassium. And if I had a 100-gram sample, the part that would be sulfur would be 0.57343. Now, I'm going to carry around a lot of digits in these particular types of problems. So I'm not going to worry about sig figs until the absolute end, and I'm going to carry around more than it seems reasonable to carry around. The reason for that is there's such small numbers that if you drop those last digits, it can really change the problem. So now I have them in moles, and now I can compare them. Anytime I say comparing in chemistry class, I mean dividing. So I'm going to find which one has the smallest molar quantity. And in this case, that's sulfur. And I'm going to divide each of them. We compare by dividing by the smallest. Each of them will be divided by that 0.57343. So now I can see how they compare with each other. Obviously, this one is 1. This one is 2. And then this one is 4. What that means is these are the subscripts for the empirical formula. So my formula is K2SO4. So this compound is going to have 2 pieces of potassium for 1 piece of sulfur and 4 pieces of oxygen. If we were going to name this compound, this would be potassium sulfate. I'll do another problem where we're going to do empirical and molecular formulas for you also, and I will post it to the same assignment.